So many of you superfans wanted us to talk about Iron Man's most powerful armors, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. Number 10, Endo-Sym Armor. This was the first armor based on liquid smart metal, which could also be referred to as symbiotic biology. Typically, this armor is silver and sky blue, but when Tony fights, it turns red, symbolizing that the suit understands Tony's emotions. Because of this, Tony Stark deliberately avoided installing any artificial intelligence, AI, in this suit. If it had AI, it could have become a completely new entity, like Ultron. Being made of liquid metal, the armor could change its shape and size. In terms of weapons, it came equipped with thrusters, repulsors, a unibeam, and many other advanced tools. Number 9, Model Prime Armor. When the first poster of Avengers Endgame was released, there were many rumors that Tony would use the Model Prime Armor. We can consider the Mark 85 a downgraded version of this suit. However, Model Prime is on a whole different level, also known as Model 51. This was the second armor Tony created based on nanotechnology, the first being the Bleeding Edge Armor. Over time, Tony's armors became increasingly complicated, which is why he wanted an armor that was simple yet capable of evolving. The Model Prime could also activate a samurai mode, and Tony could convert it into a Hulkbuster as needed. It came equipped with Friday as its AI, along with the same weapons found in Tony's other armors. However, its repulsors made it almost impossible to absorb its beams. This is why, when Captain Marvel tried to absorb Iron Man's energy, she ended up knocking herself out. Number 8, Thor Buster Armor. There was a time when Thor was considered a potential threat in Tony Stark's eyes. To prepare for a possible fight against Thor, Tony created the Thor Buster Armor. Though Thor eventually destroyed it, the armor held its own for a while, giving the God of Thunder a tough fight. This armor, codenamed Model 22, had a unique arc reactor powered by an Asgardian magical crystal, which provided it with unlimited energy. Additionally, it could absorb lightning and even manipulate Odin Force to a certain extent. In one instance, it even managed to stop Mjolnir mid-air. Number 7, Mysterium Armor. Also known as Model 72, this armor is made from a durable metal called Mysterium. While it retains all of Tony's basic weapons, what sets it apart is the metal it's constructed from. Mysterium is nearly unbreakable, even stronger than adamantium. The metal is harvested from the White Room, which enhances its properties. It can neutralize spider sense and is impervious to any form of magic. This makes it the perfect suit for Tony if he ever has to face a magic user with just his basic powers. Number 6, Null Buster Armor. Tony designed the Null Buster Armor during a time when Null had captured the entire planet Earth with his symbiote army. This suit was based on Iron Man's Extremis armor, which had a symbiotic nature. The Null Buster Armor integrated itself into the gaps between Tony's bones, enhancing his strength, durability, and even granting him regeneration abilities. However, long-term use of this armor had severe side effects, which led Tony to switch to other armors like the Bleeding Edge and Model Prime. To defeat Null, Tony Stark once again relied on the Extremis armor. However, this time it was upgraded with symbiote and celestial powers, making it one of Tony's most powerful armors. Along with launchers and repulsors, this armor had the ability to create constructs similar to other symbiotes. Tony even managed to control a dragon at one point, and when that wasn't enough, the armor allowed him to directly control a Celestial. Just as Tony was about to attack Null, the God of Darkness used his powers to knock Tony out of the armor. However, if Null had been distracted a little longer, Tony could have dealt significant damage to him. Number 5, Phoenix Buster Armor. This armor appeared during the Avengers vs. X-Men storyline, where the Phoenix Force was attempting to make Hope Summers its host. The X-Men were trying to manage the situation, but Wolverine sought help from the Avengers. When the Avengers started losing, Iron Man deployed his Phoenix Buster suit. This armor was massive in size, but still looked small compared to the Phoenix Force. Tony launched a missile at the Phoenix Force, preventing it from making Hope Summers its host. Everyone believed the Phoenix Force was destroyed, but it ended up splitting and choosing 5 mutants as its new hosts, escalating the Avengers' problems even further. Number 4, Celestial Hulkbuster Armor. Also known as Model 72, this armor is essentially a Hulkbuster but crafted from a Celestial's corpse. Its size and durability far surpass the original Hulkbuster, allowing it to take on much more powerful threats. The Celestial Hulkbuster armor was enormous in size and durable enough to survive the gamma bursts of a savage Hulk with ease. Visually, this armor looked incredibly cool and eventually managed to knock out the Hulk. However, Thor transformed into a Hulk-like being and destroyed this armor. Number 3. God-Killer Armor. During the Celestial War many centuries ago, the God-Killer armor was a weapon of immense power. Centuries later, it fell into Tony Stark's hands, but he couldn't operate it. A few months later, Tony spent billions of dollars to create the God-Killer Mark II, a celestial-sized armor. This armor required 8 nuclear reactors to function. With it, Tony casually destroyed a planet and even defeated a Dark Celestial. However, a group of Celestials teamed up to attack Iron Man, leading to the armor's destruction. In a fair one-on-one fight, Tony could have easily defeated a single Celestial with this suit. Number 2. Godbuster Armor. The Godbuster armor is the most powerful suit Tony Stark ever created. It had no upper power limit and was designed using all of Tony's knowledge, experience, and technological prowess. With this armor, Tony could even fight gods and cosmic entities. The suit had the capability of reality manipulation, and its motherboard was a godlike artificial intelligence that the Godbuster itself defeated. However, the armor was so dangerous that operating it pushed Tony to his limits, causing him immense strain. Ultimately, Tony self-destructed the armor to ensure it wouldn't fall into the wrong hands in the real world. Although the Godbuster ranks at number 2 because it was created in a virtual world, it could have existed in the real world as well. Number 1. Iron God Armor. In this storyline, Tony Stark literally becomes a god. A supervillain named Korvac gains cosmic powers, and in their first fight, Iron Man loses. To counter this, Tony exposes himself to cosmic energy, transforming into the Iron God. As Iron God, Tony becomes omnipotent, capable of doing anything he can imagine. During their battle, multiple planets are destroyed, and the fight escalates so much that nearly all cosmic entities intervene and capture Korvac. However, Tony is given a warning to be cautious with his newfound powers. Iron God, being omnipotent, is a level of power rarely seen in Tony Stark's history. Although Tony relinquishes his cosmic powers eventually, this transformation represents the pinnacle of his abilities. While this concludes our list of Iron Man's most powerful armors, there are many others that didn't make it due to various reasons. If you think any armor deserves to be included, let me know in the comments. That's it for today's video. See you in the next one. Goodbye for now.